We got Miss Heather's son's 2016 BMW 328i here today. You'll see, this is big for me. It's sitting on the lift, it's going up in the air. To make a long story short, she dropped it off early this morning. I was supposed to work on it today. I was gonna do it on the driveway out there. The lift has been broken for weeks. Part showed up today, we got it fixed. They've been patient. It's going up to get fixed right now. We are gonna do a center bearing and I'm gonna show you how to do it. This can be done on the ground, but if you have a lift, it's gonna be a heck of a lot easier. On the ground, you're gonna wanna put the front up on ramps and then jack the back up and put it on jack stands to get the whole car up off the ground. Well, I'm gonna take it up in the air and then we'll take a look at it on the bottom side. I'm back and forth on whether or not I can disconnect. I don't know how this transmission works in here. I don't know if I can disconnect the shift linkage and manually shift it into neutral. I don't think so. I think it's all electronic. So if we can't get to the fasteners without spinning the drive shaft, we're gonna have to bring it back down and put it in neutral before we start, and I will splice that into the video right now if that's the case. Otherwise, I'm gonna get it up in the air and we're gonna take a look at the bottom side. All right, here we are up in the air. So the center bearing we need to replace is obviously right in the middle of the drive shaft, which you'll see here. Here's the rear mount onto the rear diff of the drive shaft. We need to get all of this heat shield out because the exhaust runs right subset underneath it. I don't think we'll have to drop the exhaust to get it out, but we are going to remove this heat shield to get eyes on what we need to see. So it looks like there's a bunch of 10mm like aluminum caps that screw onto these threads, and we got 6 Torxes we got to take out of here. They look like about a T45 or a 50. I'll let you know once I figure out that size. But we'll take this plate off here, and then we'll start pulling off all these little 10mm nuts all the way down the side, and yeah, see if we can't slide this out. I think it should rotate out this direction, but I'll try and get it on camera whenever I do it. All right, these Torxes are indeed a T50. So you just get up there with your impact or your ratchet, just zip them on out and drop this little cross member out, and we'll set it to the side. All right, now with this cross member off, I've got all the tins off of the side here. So I think we want to try and just flex this down, see if we can't get our heat shield on this side. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one last bolt up here, and I think it's a 13mm. So let me go grab that real quick. There you go. It's just an itty bitty little 13 up there on that heat shield. There we go. So now this puppy should be free. Let's see if we can get it at least on this side. There we go. Off of that stud, off of that stud. Ah. Now we just want to carefully work it if we can. Squeeze it out past this exhaust without dropping the exhaust preferably. But I don't know if we're going to be able to do that.
12 seconds later.
Alright, so with 2 hands I was able to get this front heat shield out. So what I realized pretty quickly is that this is some really flimsy aluminum. So it can be slightly misshapen. You don't want to crinkle it all up to make it to where it's going to be really hard to get it back to its original shape. But you can bend it ever so slightly. Let me see if I can set you over in the wheel here while I work on this back side. Hopefully you can see that, but like, we'll take it here and we'll bend it down just a smidgen. And then we're gonna need this hinge right over here. This is where it's gonna get crazy, but we'll just bend that straight. You should be able to start working it up, I would think, getting it up around this exhaust. And no bend that we've made so far is something we can't just undo. Come on, baby. There we go. Hey. See that? And now we'll just fish that back in that way and then carefully bend it back to all of its respective mounting points. And we'll just make sure it's not touching the exhaust anywhere down the line. Let me get this going. All right, so I decided we were gonna lift it up and he's just gonna put it in gear. This carrier bearing is dead silent and spinning, but look at this wonky ass tire. Give it some, yeah, just let it go. Oh God. Is it a bent wheel? What? Yeah, it's turning. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out if it's a bent wheel. Well, unfortunately, we're not changing a carrier bearing in this video, but I was going to show you that the heat shields ended up just going right back in. You can flex them up where they don't look perfect, but there we go. You don't want to push this up too far because your drive shaft is up above that, but I've already reached up there and the drive shaft is clearing. Heat shields are perfectly back where they need to go, and that rim is bent. Oh, you can see it right here. Look at that right there. See, it comes down and wallops up, comes down and wallops up. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but that puppy's bent as shit. All right, here I am sitting in the office. I forgot to update this car before I sent it off on the road. The wheel was indeed bent. We took it to a local place here in DFW that does wheel repair. They're extremely cheap and very good at what they do. I will put a link to them in the description if you're local to this area. If not, just look up wheel repair places if you somehow end up in this situation, but I think it's gonna be rare. Or I'll also have a link to a salvage yard search engine below that you can look up salvage inventory on. It may be cheaper to buy a salvage wheel in your area. I don't really know. You're just gonna have to come up with the best option there. But most importantly, if you're after the carrier bearing, I'm going to put a link to another video below of a guy who changes his carrier bearing, but he starts off with the drive shaft on the ground. Hopefully, between exposing the drive shaft and that video, you can piece it all together. I'm sorry we didn't end up doing that repair on this job. They contacted me and wanted the carrier bearing replaced because they thought that was the problem. They had already bought the part, and somebody they knew had told them that that was the issue. So when I got it up, as soon as I saw it, obviously it wasn't bad. It wasn't even close to bad. So that's why we didn't end up doing it. They still have the part. If it ever goes out in the future, maybe we'll change it, maybe not. But yeah, in their case, it was a bent wheel causing all their vibration going down the road. And it is now repaired. So hopefully this at least helps one person out. I know it's not the most comprehensive video, but I'll try and title it appropriately. If it did, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to see more.